like to read aloud the games that we're playing if we're playing in the living room to each other. And she's like, I would definitely watch a stream if you voicing all those characters. So, I'm gonna do the little animal character this time. Because I think the game is good and standing with sorry, hiding with YouTube for a second. Oh, geez. Adjust. How's it? Give it a sec. Sorry about the technical difficulties, guys. I'm getting there. Okay, so sorry about that. Hello everybody, this is Kudo, and today we are streaming Ace Attorney Pheonix Wright! And it's all about justice! Sorry, I've been watching too much true crime tubes in my free time, but anyways, sorry about that false start, had to make sure everything was running smoothly. But, yeah, we're gonna play Pheonix Wright. I was playing it in our living room, and, my family and I have a thing where we will read aloud our games, and so I was getting into all the different characters, and, I was like, yeah, let's, my, little sister was like, oh, if you would, be doing this game, I would definitely watch it, because there's such a colorful cast. And it's so ridiculous, but it's so much fun. And so I'm not gonna put my little character in this one because I'm just gonna let the game speak for itself, and we're gonna have a lot of fun. Yep, the first one, episode 1, the first turnabout. Yeah. First steps. Yay! Oh, it's not that kind of gas. That's right, he's killer gas. Sorry. Damn it. Why me? You can't get caught. Not like this. Gotta find someone to pin this on. Someone like him. I'll make him look like he did it. August 3rd, 9:47 a.m. District Court Defendant Lobby Number 2. Boy, my nerves. Right! Oh, wrong person. Oh, hi, Itchy. I'm glad I made it on time. Well, I have to say, Phoenix, I'm impressed. Not everyone takes on a murder trial right off the bat like this. It says a lot about you, and your client as well. Thanks. Actually, it's because I owe him a favor. A favor? You mean you knew the defendant before this case? Yes. Actually, I kind of owe my current job. He's one of the reasons I became an attorney. Well, that's news to me. I want to help him out any way I can. I just really want to help him. I owe him that much. It's over. My life, everything, it's all over. Is that your client screaming over there? Yeah, it's him. Death the scare. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna die. It sounds like he wants to die. Yeah. Hey. Hey there, Larry. Dude, I'm so guilty. Tell them I'm guilty. Give me the death sentence. I'm afraid. I ain't afraid to die. What? What's wrong, Larry? Oh, it's all over. I'm finished. Finished. I can't live in a world without her. I can't. Oh, took her away from me, Nick. Oh, Nick, you gotta tell me you took my baby away. The person responsible for your girlfriend's death? The newspapers say it was you. My name is Pheonix Wright. Here's the story. My first case is a fairly simple one. A young woman was killed in her apartment. The guy they arrested was the unlucky sap dating her. Larry Butts, my best friend since grade school. Our school had a saying, when something smells, it's usually the butts. In 23 years I've known him, it's usually been true. He has a knack for getting himself in trouble. One thing I can say, though, it's usually not his fault. He just has terrible luck. But I know better than anyone that he's a good guy at heart. That, and I owe him one, which is why I took the case, to clear his name. And that's just what I'm going to do. August 3rd, 10 a.m., District Court, Courtroom Number 2. Court is now in session for the trial of Mr. Larry Butts. The prosecution is ready, Your Honor. The defense is ready, Your Honor. Mr. Wright, is this your first trial? This is your first trial, is it not? Yes, Your Honor. I'm, a little nervous. Your conduct during this trial will decide the fate of your client. Murder is a serious charge. For your client's sake, I hope you can control your nerves. Thank you, Your Honor. Mr. Wright, given the circumstances, I think we should have a test to ascertain your readiness. Yes, Your Honor. Hand shaking, eyesight fading. The test will consist of a few simple questions. Answer them clearly and concisely. Please state the name of the defendant in this case. That's Mr. Butts. The defendant? Well, that's Larry Butts, Your Honor. Correct. Just keep your wits about you, and you'll be fine. Next question. This is a murder trial. Tell me, what's the victim's name? I know this one. I read the case report cover to cover so many times. It's... Wait. Uh-oh. No. No way! I forgot! I'm drawing a total blank here! Pheonix, are you seriously sure you're up to this? You don't even know the victim's name? Oh, the victim. Of course I know the victim's name. I just forgot temporarily. I think I feel a migraine coming on. Look, the victim's name is listed in the court record. Just press the R1 button and check it any time, okay? Remember, check it often. Do it for me, please. I'm begging you. Mr. Wright, who is the victim in this case? So we press R1, we go in here. Cindy. Cindy Stone. Cinder block. How dare you? The victim's name is Cindy Stone. Correct. Now tell me, what was the cause of death? She died because it was a blunt object. She was struck once by a blunt object. Correct. You've answered all my questions. I see no reason why we shouldn't proceed. Was that like just to make sure I'm coherent? Are you seeing if I'm drunk, Judge? He's probably just asking me questions to calm his nerves. Yeah, exactly. You seem much more relaxed, Mr. Wright. Good for you. Thank you, Your Honor. Because I don't feel relaxed, that's for sure. Well then. First, a question for the prosecution. Mr. Payne? Yes, Your Honor. As Mr. Wright just told us, the victim was struck with a blunt object. Would you explain to the court just what that object was? The murder weapon was the statue of the thinker. It was found lying on the floor next to the victim. I see. The court accepts it into evidence. Statue added to the court. Right. Be sure to pay attention to any evidence during the trial. That evidence is the only ammunition you have in court. Check the court record frequently. Stop breaking the fourth wall. Mr. Payne, the prosecution may call its first witness. The prosecution calls the defendant, Mr. Butts, to the stand. Chief, what do I do now? Pay attention. You don't want to miss any information that might help your client's case. You'll get your chance to respond to the prosecution later, so be ready. Let's just hope he doesn't say anything unfortunate. Uh-oh. Larry gets excited easily. This could be bad. Mr. Butts, is it not true that the victim had recently dumped you? Hey, watch it, buddy! We were great together. We were Romeo and Juliet, Cleopatra and Mark Antony. Didn't they all die? I wasn't dumped. She just wasn't taking my phone calls or seeing me. Ever. Wasn't seeing you anyway. Mr. Butts, what you described is generally what we mean by dumped. In fact, she had completely abandoned you and was seeing other men. She had just returned from overseas with one of them the day before the murder. What do you mean, one of them? Lies. All of it lies. I don't believe a word of it. Your Honor, the victim's passport. According to this, she was in Paris until the day before she died. Passport added to the court record. Indeed. She appears to have returned the day before the murder. Dude, no way. The victim was a model, but did not have a large income. It appears she had several sugar daddies. Daddies? Sugar? Yes, older men who gave her money and gifts. She took their money and used it to support her lifestyle. Dude, you can clearly see what kind of woman this Miss Stone was. Tell me, Mr. Butts, what do you think of her now? Right. I don't think you want him to answer that question. Larry has a way of running his mouth in all the wrong directions. Should I? Objection! My client had no idea the victim was seeing other men. That question is irrelevant to this case. Oof. Dude, Nick, what do you mean irrelevant? That cheating she-dog. I'm gonna die. I'm just gonna drop dead. Yeah, and when I meet her in the afterlife, I'm gonna get to the bottom of this. Let's continue with the trial, shall we? I believe the accused's motives is clear to everyone. Yes, quite. Oh boy, this is so not looking good. Next question. You went to the victim's apartment on the day of the murder, did you not? Well, did you or did you not? Well, maybe I did, maybe I didn't. Uh-oh, he went. What do I do? Have him answer honestly. Yeah, I was there. I went. That was some weird psychic stuff, Pheonix. Order. Well, Mr. Butts? Dude, chill. She wasn't home, man. So, like, I didn't see her. Objection. Your Honor, the defendant is lying. Lying? The prosecution would like to call a witness. Oh, excuse me, sorry. Ooh. The prosecution would like to call a witness who can prove Mr. Butts is lying. Well, that simplifies matters. Who's your witness? The man who found the victim's body just before making the gruesome discovery. He saw the defendant fleeing the scene of the crime. Order. Order in the court. Mr. Payne, the prosecution may call its witness. Yes, Your Honor. This is bad. On the day of the murder, my witness was selling newspapers at the victim's building. Please bring Mr. Frank Sawit to the stand. Hey, that's the guy. Mr. Sawit, you sell newspaper subscriptions, is this correct? Oh, yes, newspapers, yes. Mr. Sawit, you may proceed with your testimony. Please tell the court what you saw on the day of the murder. Witness testimony, witness's account. I was going door to door selling subscriptions when I saw a man fleeing an apartment. I thought he must be in a hurry because he left the door half open behind him. Thinking it was strange, I looked inside the apartment. Then I saw her lying there, a woman not moving. Dead. I quailed in fright and found myself unable to go inside. I thought to call the police immediately. However, the phone in her apartment wasn't working. Hey, wait a minute. I went to a nearby park and found a public phone. I remember the time exactly. It was 1 p.m. The man who ran was rounded down the defendant right over there. Larry, why didn't you tell the truth? You can't defend you against testimony like that. Incidentally, why wasn't the phone in the victim's apartment working? Your Honor, at the time of the murder, there was a blackout in the building. Aren't phones supposed to work during a blackout? Yes, Your Honor. However, some cordless phones do not function normally. The phone that Mr. Sawit saw was used was one of those. Your Honor, I have the record of the blackout for your perusal. Blackout record. Electricity to Mrs. Stone's building was out from noon to 6 p.m. on the day of the crime. Right? Alright, right. This is it. The real deal. What exactly am I supposed to do? You expose the lies in the testimony the witness just gave. Is your client really guilty? How do I prove he's not? You hold the key. It's in the evidence. Sorry, got a little slow connection error for a second. hand. There's bound to be a contradiction in there. First, find contradictions between the court record and the witness's testimony. Then, once you've found the contradicting evidence, present it and rub it in the witness's face. Okay. Open the court record and then point out the contradictions in the testimony. Witness's account. I was going towards the door selling subscriptions when I saw a man flee an apartment. Hold it, yeah. Isn't a man leaving an apartment a common sight? I find it odd you would take notice of him. I don't know, he just seemed strange to me, that's all. Like he was mad and yet frightened at the same time, just like a criminal fleeing the scene of a crime. The defense requests that the witness refrain from conjecture. Of course, what the witness means is that the man he saw looked suspicious. So what happened next? I thought he must be in a hurry because he left the door half open behind him. Half open, you say? Yes, the door was open halfway, yes. I watched her. Have you? Sorry, husband leaving door. Excuse me. I watched for a moment, but no one came to close the door. It's odd in a big city like this, I thought. You see, what happened next? Nope, that was too similar to his. Thinking it was strange, I looked inside the apartment. What gave you the idea to do that? Well, the door was half open, you see. It isn't really human to want to peek. We climb mountains because they are there. It's the same thing. Truer words have never been spoken. Anyone would look inside. Why did Pheonix cut him off so quickly? So we looked into the apartment. What happened then? Then I saw her lying there. A woman, not moving. Dead. Sure she was dead? Well, no, I guess I wasn't. But she wasn't moving at all, and there was blood everywhere. I guess it'll look fatal to anyone. Very well, what happened next? I quailed in fright and found myself unable to go inside. I thought to call the police immediately. However, the phone in her apartment wasn't working. The phone in her apartment wasn't working? Yes, no, it wasn't, right. But you said you didn't go into the apartment, or did you? Oh, that, I can explain that. There was a cordless phone on a shelf in the entryway. I reached inside and tried using that to call, and that phone wasn't working, correct? What happened next? I went to a nearby park and found a public phone. Why use a public phone? Well, you see, I don't have a cell phone. And being in the middle of the afternoon, there was no answer at the nearby apartment. Ah, right. What time did you call again? I remember the time exactly. It was 1 p.m. Except, there's something... Oh, yeah. This. What the heck? Objection! You found the body at 1 p.m., you're sure? Yes, it was 1 p.m. for certain. Frankly, I find that hard to believe. Your statement directly contradicts the autopsy report. The autopsy notes the time of death at sometime after 4 p.m. There was no body to find at 1 p.m. How do you explain this 3-hour gap? Objection! This is trivial. The witness merely forgot the time. After his testimony, I find that hard to believe. Mr. Solid, why were you so certain that you found the body at 1 p.m.? Gee, that's a really good question. Good job, Wright. Way to put him on the spot. That's all you have to do, point out the contradictions. Lies always beget more lies. See through one and their whole story falls apart. Wait, I remember now. Would you care to give your testimony again? You see, when I found the body, I heard the time. There was a voice saying the time. It was probably coming from the television. Oh, but it was 3 hours off, wasn't it? I guess the victim must have been watching a video or a tape program. That's why I thought it was 1 p.m. Terribly sorry about the misunderstanding. I see. You heard a voice saying a time on a taped program. Mr. Wright, you may cross-examine the witness. Yes, I have many questions about how you heard this tape during a blackout, please. Right, you know what to do. I've got this one. Cross-examination, time of discovery. You see, when I found the body, I heard the time. You said heard, not saw? Yes, heard. All I saw was the body lying there. I didn't think to look at anything else, least of all my watch. Isn't that a little strange? So you're saying you heard something, but you were so shocked by the body you wouldn't hear anything at all. Objection, the witness did say he actually heard the time. It's ludicrous to suggest he wouldn't hear anything. Have to agree with the prosecution. Witness, continue your testimony. There was a voice saying the time. It was probably coming from the television. Are you sure it was a television and not a radio? Well, no, I guess it might have been a radio. Incidentally, there was no radio on the premises. There was only one large television. Right. I can't put my finger on it, but something about this seems fishy. Something about hearing the television. The witness has testified he heard the time. Oh, it was 3 hours off, wasn't it? I guess the victim must have been watching a videotape program. Let's stop it right there. I think that's a good time to stop for this. What's this? Objection. Hold it right there. The prosecution has said there was a blackout at the time of the discovery. And this record proves it. You couldn't have heard a television or a video. The defense has a point. Do you have an explanation for this, Mr. Solid? No, I find it quite puzzling myself. Quite. Wait, I remember now. Mr. Solid, the court would prefer to hear an accurate testimony from the very beginning. These constant contradictions are harming your credibility. And you seem rather distraught. My apologies, Your Honor. It must have been the shock of finding the body. Very well, Mr. Solid. Let's hear your testimony once more, please. Actually, I didn't hear the time, I saw it. There was a table clock in the apartment, wasn't there? Yeah, the murder weapon. The killer used it to hit the victim. That must have been what I saw. You're dumb. You saw a clock? I guess that would explain it. The defense may cross-examine the witness. Gladly. I didn't hear the time, I saw it. There was a table clock in the apartment, wasn't there? Yeah, the murder weapon. The killer used it to hit the victim. Objection. Wait just a moment. The murder weapon wasn't a clock. It was a statue. This is how it's supposed to, how is this supposed to be a clock? But you with your objections and your evidence, just who do you think you are? Just answer the question, Mr. Sawit. I saw it there, okay? It's a clock. Your Honor, if I may. Yes, Mr. Payne? As the witness stated, this statue is indeed a clock. The neck is a switch. You just tilt it and it says the time out loud. It doesn't look like a clock. As it doesn't look like a clock, I submitted this as a statue. My apologies. I see. So the murder weapon was a table clock after all. Well, Mr. Wright, it appears that the witness's testimony was correct. This is a clock. Do you have any problems with his testimony now? Yeah. Your Honor, there is a gaping hole in the witness's testimony. The only way he could have known the weapon was a clock is to hold it in his hand. Yeah. Yet the witness testified that he never entered the apartment. Clearly a contradiction. Indeed. The witness knew it was a clock because he went into the apartment. You're lying. You were inside the apartment on the day of the murder. Oh yeah? Prove it. Prove I went in there. I'll do better than that. I can prove you're the one who killed her. You struck her with the clock, and the shock of the blow triggered the clock's voice. That was the sound you heard. Order in the court. Intriguing. Please continue, Mr. Wright. Yes, Your Honor. Mr. Solid. The sound must have left quite an impression on you. Understandable, since the murder weapon spoke just as you hit the victim. That voice was burned into your mind. That's why you were so certain about the crime. Objection! What's the meaning of this? This is all baseless conjecture. Baseless? Just look at the witness's face. Would the witness care to elaborate? Did you strike the victim with the clock? I never... Look, the clock, I heard... No, I saw... Damn it! No! Don't throw your sweaty toupee in my face. Shut up! I hate you! It was him, I tell you. I saw it. He killed her, and he should burn, give him death! Order in the court, I say. Your Honor, a moment, please. There isn't a shred of evidence supporting the defense's claim. Mr. Wright. Your Honor, you claim the sound the witness heard came from the clock. Do you have any evidence? Your Honor, the sound Mr. Sawit heard was definitely this clock. A fact which is clear if you simply try sounding the clock. Your Honor, may I have the clock? I ask the court to listen very carefully. Beep. I think it's 8:25. That certainly is a strange way to announce the time. Well, he is the thinker after all. So, you've heard the clock. What are your conclusions, Mr. Wright? Mr. Payne, can you tell me what time it is now? It's 11:25. As you can see, this clock is exactly 3 hours slow. Precisely the discrepancy between what Mr. Sawit heard and the actual time of death. So, Mr. Sawit, try to talk your way out of this one. You forgot one thing. Well, it may seem like that clock is running 3 hours slow. It proves nothing. How do you know it was running 3 hours slow on the day of the murder? you can't prove that, you don't have a case. He's right. How am I gonna prove that? Damn it, I'm so close. Mr. Wright, seems you lack the critical evidence to support your claim. No, I don't. I got it. Give me a second here. Yes, Your Honor. This means I cannot let you indict the witness. Unfortunately, this ends the cross-examination of Mr. Frank Solvit. Come all the way down here to testify, and look what happens. You treat me like a criminal. A criminal! You lawyers are all slime. I've almost had it. Sorry, Larry. I failed you. There's nothing I can do about it now. Not so fast, Mr. Solid. Chief. Listen up, Wright. Don't throw this one away. Not like this. Think. But Chief, it's over. I can't prove the clock was slow on the day of the murder. Nobody can prove that. Well, yeah. But that doesn't mean you can't still win. Try thinking outside the box. Don't waste time doubting the facts. Assume the clock was 3 hours slow and think through it. Ask yourself, why was the clock 3 hours slow? Figure out the reason and you'll have your proof. Right? Right? Can you think of a reason as to why the clock is 3 hours slow? Yes, I can. Maybe I can prove it. You must have the evidence somewhere that can prove it. Find it and let them have it. Well, Mr. Wright, you say the clock was already running slow on the day of the murder? Have you found evidence to support this claim? Of course. There is a piece of evidence in the court record that can prove my claim beyond a doubt. Tough words, let's see you pull this one off. Let's see this evidence that proves why the clock was running slow. The victim had just returned home from abroad the day before the murder. As we all know, the time difference between here and Paris is 9 hours. When it's 4 p.m. here, it's 1 a.m. there. The next day, there. The clock wasn't 3 hours slow, it was 9 hours fast. The victim hadn't reset her clock since returning home. That's why the time you heard when you struck her dead in her apartment was wrong. Proof enough for you, Mr. Saw It? Or should I say, Mr. Did It? Oh, saw it, did it. I saw it. Duh. Oh my god, I ruined the best pun. Ah. Saw it. Damn it. Sorry. Order, I say. Well, this case has certainly turned out differently than we all expected. Mr. Payne, your witness. He was arrested and has been taken away, Your Honor. Very well. Mr. Wright? Yes, Your Honor. I have to say, I'm impressed. I don't think I've ever seen someone complete a defense so quickly, and find the true culprit at the same time. Thank you, Your Honor. At this point, this is only a formality, but this court finds the defendant, Mr. Larry Butts, not guilty. And with that, this court is adjourned. Turns out that Frank Saw It was a common burglar. He posed as a newspaper salesman to check and see when people were out of their house. That day, when Larry went to her apartment, the victim wasn't home. After he left, Mr. Sawit let himself in to do his dirty work. While he was searching her place, the victim returned. Flustered, Mr. Sawit grabbed the nearest blunt object he could find. August 3rd, 2:32 p.m., District Court Defendant Lobby Number 2. I still can't believe we won. Alright, good job in there. Congratulations. Thanks, Chief. I owe it all to you. Not at all, not at all. You fought your own battles in there. It's been a while since I've seen a trial end on such a satisfying note. I've never seen the Chief looking this happy. If she's this glad, imagine how Larry must feel. My life is over. Larry, you're supposed to be happy. What's wrong now? Oh, Nick. Don't worry about me. I'll be dead and gone soon. Good. Wait, no, I mean, bad, bad, bad. Larry, you're innocent. The case is closed. But my Cindy Wendy's gone, man. Gone forever. Larry, she was a... never mind. Congratulations, Harry. Harry? Yes, you. I can practically see the headlines now. Harry Butts, innocent. Thanks. I really owe you one. I won't forget this ever. Let's celebrate. Dinner, movie, my treat. Oh, no, I couldn't. Hey, I was the one who got you off the hook. Oh, hey. Here, take this. It's a present. A present for me? Wait, wasn't this the evidence that... Actually, I made this clock for her. I made one for her and one for me. Really? You made this? Well, thank you. I'll keep it as a memento. Yo, Nick. Can you believe it? I was so into that chick. Excuse me, sorry. And she was just playing me for a fool. Does it make you want to cry? Larry. Are you so sure? Excuse me? I think she's got quite a lot of you in her own way. No, you don't gotta sympathize with me. It's okay. Oh, I'm not just sympathizing, really. Isn't that right? Don't you have something to show your friend? Something that proves how she felt about him? Huh? Oh, yeah. Right. What the heck is she talking about? I guess she took it with her to Paris. Check this out, Larry. Proof positive you weren't some chump to her. Huh? What about that clock? This is the clock you made for her, Larry. And she took it with her when she traveled. Whatever, she probably just needed a clock, that's all. You think so? It's a pretty heavy clock to take traveling. Well, make of it what you will. Yeah, Nick. I'm glad I asked you to be my lawyer. I really am, thanks. At least that made him feel a little better. Right? I hope you see the importance of evidence now. Also, hopefully you realize things change depending on how you look at them. People too. We never actually know if our clients are guilty or innocent. All we can do is believe in them. And in order to believe in them, you have to believe in yourself. Right? Listen, learn, grow strong. Never let go of what you believe in. Never. Well, I think our work here is done. Shall we be off? Yeah, I guess so. Say, how about dinner? On me? We'll drink a toast to innocent butts. Yeah. Oh, speaking of Harry, you were saying part of why you became a lawyer was because of him. Yeah, part at least. You'll have to tell me more about it sometime, maybe, over drinks. And so, my first trial came to a close. Larry slapped me on the back and said, "Gee, Nick, it's good to have friends." But I'm pretty sure he's not going to pay us, unless you count the clock he gave me at. I didn't know it then, but that clock was soon going to be at the center of another incident. And my promise to tell the chief about me and Larry would be one promise that I wouldn't be able to keep. Chapter 1 end. Alright. So we're gonna go ahead and stop here because I want to actually break it up into the episodes. Um, but yeah, tomorrow we'll come back with a brand new episode that has been added. Yeah, save, and then we're gonna stop. Don't don't continue. Thank you. Anyways, thank you all for joining me today, and I will see you tomorrow.